up, everybody? Welcome to Storm Sessions, brought to you by OmegaXL. My name is Danny Enriquez, and I'm here with a key part of one of the best offensive lines in the country, Pancake Honcho himself, Samson Okunlola. Samson, how are we doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing excellent, man. Doing excellent. So you've been on the bright lights a little bit here. Season's just getting started, but you've already played national TV, everybody watching, been able to really show what you can do. Just how are you feeling just being out there and being on that spotlight?
I mean, I'm having the time of my life. I'm feeling very blessed. I'm just having fun. I'm doing what I did playing football. I love playing football, and I love being out there with my teammates. I love going hard.
Let's take it back to the beginning. So you grew up, family of boys. You're the youngest. They all play football, right?
Yes, sir.
I got to imagine that was like a Royal Rumble out there with all you guys. Was it like a physical situation growing up with big brothers, just wrestling around and doing all that kind of stuff?
Most definitely. I always had a disadvantage because I was a little bit smaller, younger, but I actually grew bigger when I was like in between middle school. But definitely the backyard one-on-ones. My brother played D-line, backyard one-on-ones, going at it. Just him pushing me, I'm pushing him. It was a great time. When
you got your growth spurt, was there like a revenge going on for all the beatings when you were a little kid?
I mean, I wasn't little, Most definitely, like I was. My brother was probably a little bit shorter than me when I was younger, but like I got big pretty fast.
That's awesome, man. So growing up, were you always an athletic kid, always playing sports, or how did the sports come in?
I mean, I always played sports. I really fell in love with it, like in high school. But I was always played sports. My brothers played it, so I kind of fell into it. My mom wanted me to play it a lot. So mostly football, and I wrestled a little bit in high school.
So your parents, your dad was a business owner, right? He owned an auto shop?
Yes, sir.
Just growing up with that kind of example with your parents, what did you learn from them just at a young age, watching and observing how they operated?
I mean, my mom worked multiple jobs. My dad was a hard worker in his own business. So I kind of seen what hard work was, with dedication and kind of how to provide for your family. And I kind of wanted to provide for my family. So I kind of learned that from them.
And your brothers playing sports, did you just see them and say, okay, I'm doing the same thing? Like, what was your personal goals for sports at a young age? Were you just doing it to have fun, or were you like, hey, I'm trying to do something?
I mean, I was just doing it just to do it, but like kind of when I kind of saw my potential in it, I kind of put the pedal on the gas. So like that's kind of how I felt about it.
Brockton, Massachusetts, right? You grew up there your whole life?
Yes, sir.
Tell me about Brockton.
I mean, Brockton's a good city. I feel like the only thing I kind of did in Brockton was play football. Play football and my friends played football, so it's kind of like we always went to the field together. We always had great workouts together, late night, early morning. So,
any other hobbies besides playing football? Like, I don't know, video games, like music, like anything like that?
I mean, yeah, I love to listen to music. I played a little bit of video games, not too much anymore. I did a little bit of pottery in high school that I liked. That was about it, for real.
Well, tell me about the pottery.
I mean, yeah, it was hard at first. I learned it a little bit, but it was a cool experience.
You use your hands, right? That's your moneymaker right now, using your hands. So,
yeah. So taught me to be a little bit more delicate.
A little more delicate than you are with some of these defensive tackles that you've been tossing around. That's for sure.
Yes, sir.
So when you get to high school, from what I understand, you were a little heavier than you were now, right? Like
yeah, my freshman year of high school, I was about like 350.
So what was that like, being that big at such a young age? Obviously, you're playing sports, but that's that's heavy. It's going to inhibit you a little bit. What was that like?
I mean, I was 350, but I felt, sometimes when you feel heavy, you kind of feel fast. The wind hits you the right way, you feel a little bit fast. So I was like 350. I didn't notice that until I started losing the weight. I was like, oh, I'm actually becoming more athletic. So yeah.
Did you say like I'm setting out to lose this weight, or was it just something that happened?
I definitely set out a plan. I set out a plan how I was going to eat, how I was going to work out. And wrestling helped a lot, so my wrestling coach helped me a lot, kind of helped me with a nutrition sense, what to eat a little bit. So that was a big move. Let's
talk about the wrestling, because those of us who've wrestled, it is the hardest sport out there as far as just being one-on-one, the training, the weight cutting. What was the heavyweight limit in Massachusetts?
285. So
you had to get down like 60, 70 pounds just to be able to make weight?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Well, what was that like?
It was crazy. I wouldn't eat sometimes at lunch because I need to get down, no water. I remember I had to put on full track suits after school because we had a meet after. So I had to get on the bike, burn some weight. I maybe had to burn like 3 pounds before every match, but it wasn't too bad, maybe 5 pounds at most.
Did you do the garbage bags? I hope not. If you're watching, do not do the garbage bags.
I wasn't a garbage bag. I got down the right way. You know, I got down right after the season. I made a plan. I ate healthy. You know, we worked out a lot. So, I mean, I always wore sweatsuits at practice. That's just my normal fit. So, I mean, I never felt where I was like my body was breaking down on me. I always felt strong. So we definitely did it the right way.
How did it feel, just like wrestling in general? You get introduced to the sport. I'm sure you've been physical, playing football, playing with your brothers, but now you're in the wrestling room. You're learning the sport. What was that like?
I mean, wrestling's almost a natural sport. You know, you naturally like wrestling. So I was like, I felt like kind of like I learned a little bit techniques here and there, but I wasn't overly technical. But from early, they taught me to be more aggressive than technical because, you know, I'm big, fast, strong. So it just was fun. You know, it was fun to move around. It was fun to be flexible, learn the movements, work new moves. I love to like throw people, so I love the throwing moves. It was just fun.
What was your style? You mentioned the throwing moves. Were you like an upper body kind of wrestler? Would you get grab legs? Like, what was your attack mode?
I was pedal to the gas, so speed. You know, I always wanted to threaten you with my speed. So as soon as I heard that little ding or whatever it was, the whistle, I always wanted to go speed. So I'm always on attack. I never played too much defense, unless I was just trying to like, you know, work my defense in practice. But other than that, I'm pedal to the metal.
And how did you find your football was impacted by you becoming a better wrestler?
I felt like overall my speed, my core strength, you know, like people couldn't throw me as easily. Like in football, people try to throw you all the time. They try to throw you off blocks. They couldn't do it easily. I felt like me being able to torque dudes the right way, you know, just using leverage, wrestling taught me a lot.
And you went to like national tournaments and stuff, right? I mean, you were not just out there doing it to do it. You were competing at a pretty high level, from what I understand.
Most definitely, because I knew once I started thinking I got to finish it. You know, I got to do it to my best of my ability. So I definitely pushed it all the way. I tried to do the best ability. You know, I remember we used to be on after practice, run miles after practice. So I was definitely like, I was working for sure.
Now playing football, you got your boys next to you. You got four of your guys right next to you. You got Mark Fletcher backing you up. Wrestling, that's just you. So what was that like, the mental part of just being one-on-one, everybody watching you?
One-on-one was just, I mean, for me, it was just fun. You know, I never look at like anything else than fun, because you should just really have fun in anything you're doing. So like one-on-one to me was just like, I'm having fun out here. I'm wrestling this kid, but I want to win. You know, I want to beat this kid. And I want to do everything in my ability to beat him.
So talk about fun. When you're playing football, what was fun about playing football?
I mean, just overall, like learning techniques and mastering your technique, mastering your craft, and always pushing yourself. Like, I mean, I love when Mark Fletcher in the end zone. I love when I see any of our wide receivers in the end zone. I just love, like, it just, you have fun. You know, you have fun blocking a dude. You have fun finishing a dude. You have so much fun doing these experiences. It's just like, I want to keep doing them.
Now, you strike me as a pretty goal-oriented individual. Is that something that, like, your parents helped you set goals? You were personally setting goals? Like, where did that come from?
I mean, I feel like it came from just, like, my younger days, you know, just wanting to be better. So I knew if I wanted to be better, I had to set a plan. So I had to put a plan in place every year, and I met so many great people on my way here. So it was like in my way in high school and college. So it was just, that always set a plan. You need a routine in place, because the routine is everything you can fall back on.
And as you're getting better, about a lot of 5-stars come out of Massachusetts, but you started getting a lot more attention. What was that like when you started realizing that, hey, I'm not just getting a chance to play college, but they're treating me like a big-time player?
I mean, it was cool. You know, I didn't look at it too much because it's nothing to be worried about. A couple 5-star here and there. I mean, I'm blessed to be the first one in Massachusetts, but other than that, I was trying to focus on what I needed to do, because 5-star, it don't matter. You're just trying to play football at the end of the day.
And you did something very different, which is you took all the attention and you started branding yourself with the Pancake Honcho, which to me, I'm seeing it, and some people do it because they want clout. Like, I could tell just watching you do it, and maybe I'm wrong, you tell me, it was very much a business kind of oriented deal. You weren't just doing it because you wanted some likes on social media. You're doing it with the bigger plan in place. Am I right on that?
I mean, most definitely. I mean, creating it, doing the Pancake Honcho photo shoots at schools, you know, it would just, for me, my parents, you know, my father's a businessman, so I was like, anything I do is just kind of, I love business. I love marketing. I love marketing myself. So it's just like, I knew what I had to do, and I knew how to do it in a certain way to make it go crazy.
This fall, the Canes are taking over paradise again. Canes Weekend of the Bahamas returns October 31st to November 2nd, right here in the heart of Nassau. Choose your vibe, the bold, laid-back energy of the Point Margaritaville Beach Resort, or the timeless charm of British colonial Nassau. 2 beachfront escapes, 1 legendary weekend. Enjoy special rates starting at just $159 per night. Plus, big-time fan energy, exclusive events, Hurricanes legends, and an unforgettable island-style watch party. Lock it in now at Bahamas.com/Canes Weekend. Terms and conditions apply.
Crazy.
So everybody in the country wants you. I mean, you were a 5-star player, so that you had no shortage of options. How did Miami enter the picture?
I mean, I remember talking to my coach the first time, understanding him. I remember going through certain things, hearing him talk about techniques. I mean, even my head coach talking about techniques. I just knew, like, Miami, like, they were going to push me to be technical here.
It's funny because you guys just beat University of Florida as we're recording this. I know they were really hot after you, really hot after Francis Malinois. Like, what was it like pairing with him, someone who's in your same shoes? I mean, you guys were the top two dudes out there. So it's not like you're just going solo. You got someone who's on your level to play next to.
I mean, it was great coming in with him because he's such a different person from who I am. Like, he has a different mind from I am, so it's great to hear what he's talking about, what he's trying to say, what he's doing. So it's just great to have that another, like, resource of a teammate so you can learn from.
So you get to University of Miami and deal with some injuries. So it's been a smooth ride on the football side. I mean, you're a 5-star player, you're killing everybody. Get here, now you're dealing with some adversity, mostly really the injuries. Different for you than a lot of people because you're a 5-star, everybody knows you. So there's like more impatience maybe around you than there is for the average kid that's just developing. What was that like in your shoes, sitting there like, all right, I'm just trying to get better, I'm trying to heal up, rehab, do my thing, and everybody's placing all these outside expectations on me?
I mean, I always try to block the noise, but inevitably the noise is sometimes in yourself. Sometimes you have noise in yourself. So I had to get close with the Lord. I had to pray every day. I had to really believe in the Lord to take me out of my situations where I felt like were hard. But I felt like, and like going through a couple of injuries, adversity, I think it was just part of the process. What God wanted me to go through. I never shied the process. I never shied the battles God wanted me to go through. I always kind of embraced them.
And a lot of kids in your situation, they might portal out the first second of sign of adversity. We've seen it a million times with 5-star players that doesn't happen immediately for them because of injuries or whatever it is. What allowed you to keep your faith, obviously not just your religious faith, but your faith in the coaching staff, your faith in Coach Mirabal and the whole operation down here?
I said the Lord. I mean, the Lord allowed me to keep going. The Lord allowed me to keep prevailing through all, No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I always recited certain scriptures in my head every time I felt like, oh, I don't know, what should I do? But I always knew the Lord got me. I knew, regardless of not, the Lord got me. I didn't come to Miami for no reason. I knew I would love to be a Miami Hurricane. I love Miami, so yeah.
You can, obviously, you go through all that. Now you're playing Notre Dame. You played a great game. Everybody, the world watching you. Did you have a moment? I know you're locked in on your task while you were playing, but at any point where you just like kind of sit back like, man, all the stuff that I had to get through to get to this point, and now here I am doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing.
I mean, most definitely. Pre-game, I mean, I'm like, God is so good. God is so good. I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed to be here right now, and I know I'm going to have the best fun in my life, So I was definitely like the pre-game, every game, after the game. I mean, every time I'm watching film or anytime I'm just like, I'm here. I'm here, and I'm working to where I want to be in life.
In the University of Miami, so separate from the football team now, you're getting recruited from Massachusetts, pretty cold, different place than Miami. A lot of people from up north tend to come to this school. When you're visiting the campus, you're seeing it, you're talking to your parents, your family about the pros and cons. Like, what appealed to you about this opportunity?
I mean, what appealed to me about Miami, I knew our coaching staff is the greatest. I knew our coaches were going to bring in the greatest players as well, just compare on the staff. And I knew talking with the players here, I knew something big was going to happen in Miami. So I kind of like, let me catch a ride with that.
One thing about you that to me is crazy, I don't see it that often, is you already graduated, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
2.5 years?
Yes, sir.
How did that even happen?
I made a plan. With my academic advisor. I was like, I want to graduate early. I want to achieve this. So we made a plan. I executed the plan. And now here we are.
Was that something that's always been part of your life, the academic side?
I mean, yeah, most definitely. I went to a private school. My parents always wanted me to get A's and B's, never shy short from that. So definitely I knew I had to get my academics knocked out.
And, the success you've had to this, we're just starting the season, but how do you make sure that you keep that same attitude that got you here going forward, as opposed to saying, all right, well, now I made it. I'm playing. I'm having a lot of success. Like, what keeps you hungry and motivated to keep on pushing?
I mean, I wrote down my goals. I got something I can see. I got something I can see. My goals. I got my rules. I got certain things. Like certain things I can't shy short of. So that what keeps me where I want to be and going higher and higher.
It's funny because I had this conversation with my own family because my wife's very big on this, is not just having goals, but writing them down. How important was it to, like, for kids watching, I know because we have a lot of football players, young athletes watching this show. Like, how important is it to, like, write down your goals and make it something real as opposed to just saying, yeah, I want to be in the NFL, I want to get good grades, whatever it is?
I mean, it definitely is important. I mean, I've wrote down my goals before, but I feel like with this year, and I wrote down my goals after spring, because I was talking to someone, I feel like I wrote down my goals in a deeper sense, and I had faith in my goals. Usually, I didn't have faith in my goals. I didn't have God in my goals in the sense of just how I would want to pray. I wrote down how I would want to pray. I wrote down certain things, so I was more detailed in the sense of how I wanted my goals. So I feel like you have to be really detailed in how you want to write your goals from A to B or A to Z actually. Like, you kind of want to be really detailed.
The offensive line, I mean, you're talking about your faith and your spirituality. I know a lot of your fellow offensive linemen are in the same boat. We've had Francis on, and he's talked about that as well. Just the overall bond between this group, which I think is the best group in the country. I know you guys still have a lot of work to do, and your focus on the process. But guys like from Massachusetts, from Samoa, from the Deep South, from Florida, Texas, all across the country, you guys got guys. How do you guys stay together, and what is it about the bond that you guys have?
I mean, we stay together by constantly improving with ourselves. We're constantly wanting the main goal, and we know how to get to the main goal. We know how disciplined we need to get to the main goal, and we have a great coach that pushes us to get to the goal. That's kind of how we stay together.
And just Coach Mirabal in particular, like when you first saw him, were you like, man, this guy's the offensive line coach? Like, how did he convince you that his plan for you was the right one?
I mean, you have one talk with him, you know how serious he is about it. You know how serious he is about it, how hard he works, how detailed he is. You just know how serious he is and how serious, like, you want that to be a coach. You want a coach to be very serious and very much, like, blunt with you, very honest with you.
One thing that caught my attention from Media Day, this is like, remember when you went to the IPF and you guys were doing all the interviews, we talked to Mirabal, and he was very, I want to say pretty aggressive, talk to the media saying, like, listen, people are putting all this expectations on Samson and saying this and that. You guys are going to see how good he is and what he's done to develop into what everybody thought he was going to be. Like, he was, you don't usually, at least I have not seen coaches be that strong in that with that kind of thing. Do you feel like someone like Coach Mirabal has your back?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I feel like it was never really about, like, I mean, if he didn't believe in me or nothing like that, yeah. I always felt like he always believed in me. I felt like it was more, did I believe in myself? Did I believe in my skills? Did I believe in the hard work I put in every day? Because I know I put in a lot of hard work. Did I believe in it? When I get a step on the field, is there no doubt in my mind? And that's something I pray about, no doubt.
Was that a process for you? Or there maybe like at times where you're not, again, you're rehabbing, you don't have the opportunity to show how good you are because you're rehabbing, you can't play. Was there a moment where you're sitting there just like, man, this, like, kind of doubting yourself a little bit? Is that something you had to overcome?
I mean, I had to overcome that because coming to college, you want to be kind of perfect. You want to be perfect when my first spring ball, I want to be perfect. You want to achieve high goals. So for yourself, you want to be perfect in everything you do, but you're never going to be perfect. You're going to make mistakes, but it's about how badly you make them. And how badly you make them depicted upon, I mean, just going fast, trusting yourself, trusting the hard work you put in, trusting God, and just keep going.
Do you think you're a better player now and a better just person having gone through all that, as opposed to just if it was just smooth sailing, you were healthy the whole way, and you started as a true freshman, and it was like, did this help you become an even better player in person? I mean,
most definitely. This is my story. My story. I love my story. This made me a better player. It made me be the man who I am today. I love it.
And I know your faith's a big part of this too. What I'm going to ask you, but just people see you or any student athlete against Florida, against Notre Dame, celebrities in the crowd, national TV, you're killing people, you're doing everything. It's like, yeah, that looks like fun. They don't see the rehab when no one's watching, when you wake up and maybe you're sore, you don't want to do what you have to do. Just being a human, like, hey man, I don't feel like going to rehab today.
Well, definitely.
What allows you, along with your faith, because I know the faith is a huge part of it, like, what is your motivation to just push through and get to that next level?
I mean, my motivation to push through all. I mean, of course, God, but I would say just remembering like how hard my family worked, how hard my mom worked, how hard my dad worked, how hard my brothers are working, and how hard everyone else is working, and just like I can't come short. You know, I have to constantly be working, constantly be doing what I need to do to make me healthy, make me better. You know, I just can't come short.
You mentioned your brothers. Do you have the bragging rights right now in one-on-one? You taking all of them? I know you got defensive linemen in the fam. Are you taking who's winning that one-on-one rep?
For sure. I'm always gonna say me. I'm always gonna say me. I'm always gonna, you have to have confidence in yourself. So I'm always gonna say me. I'm the best. You know.
Listen, your competition level in practice. A lot of people think that Miami, and not to hype too much because I know you guys got work to do, but certainly one of the best defensive lines in the country, along with one of the best offensive lines in the country. Is that a coincidence that both you guys are at that high level, or is that just what's happening on Green Tree?
That's work. That's work. I mean, it's not a coincidence. It's work. We go hard every day in Green Tree, fall camp, spring ball, like practice now. Like we're going hard. You know, we're constantly getting better. They're getting better. We're iron sharpens iron.
You got a lot of football ahead of you, not just this season, not just at the University of Miami. Hopefully, the next level in a very long career. But when football's done, let's say 20 years from now, your football career is done. You had a great NFL career, great Miami career. Where do you want to be at that point? What's next after football?
I want to use my degree. You know, I'm getting a master's in sports administration, so I want to use that. You know, maybe branch off to being at like the legal side of sports. You know, maybe the office side of the NFL or something like that. Kind of just stick in the sports, maybe even coaching. Just kind of stick in the space, you know, and just elevate the space.
I know you talked a lot about music being a part of your life. Like, what kind of music do you like to listen to?
I mean, I don't really listen to, like, I listen to rap music here and there. I mean, I listen to a lot of gospel as well. I kind of listen to just chill music. I don't listen to too much, like, even pregame. Pregame, I might a couple hype songs, but, like, I always like to chill back down. I'm not much of a hype person. I'm more of a chill, you know, even type of person on pregame.
So even, like, get ready to hit people, you're trying to lock in on what you're trying to do and calm yourself as opposed to getting too hyped up and amped?
Yeah, I'm trying to focus. You know, I'm trying to be calm. Too hyped up and amped is not always something I want to achieve. It's not the personal best thing for me to be, because I feel like when I'm calm, I'm kind of like in a sense of I'm kind of just moving. You know, I'm kind of like kid-like. You know, I'm childlike. You know, I'm having fun. That's kind of calm to me.
So what's the next for the Pancake Honcho brand? Now, I mean, everybody's seeing you pancake on national TV. Is we going to see the shirts? Like, what's coming up next?
Oh yeah, most definitely. We're gonna go crazy with Pancake Honcho. You know, but I'm gonna keep on playing better. Football's first, of course. You know, I got to keep on playing great football, and great football. And the Pancake Honcho stuff's gonna come in, and we're just gonna blow up with it.
Keep the main thing, right?
Sir.
That's the number one rule. Got some questions here from the fans. Popular guy. Question here is just, what's it like to be part of the U? You saw the Notre Dame game. You saw Hall of Famers everywhere, all over the sideline. I don't know if there's ever been as many Hall of Famers on a college football sideline, right? Like, just being part of that big brotherhood. What's that been like for you?
It's great. You know, it's like you're part of something that is bigger than yourself, and you're part of something that is so great. It makes you want to be great. You know, you're part of, even like my teammates, like they're great, they're good. You know, they're great football players, and they're great people as well. It makes you want to be better.
Question, and we talked about it a little bit, but what was the thing that actually made you start playing football? Was it just seeing your brothers? Like, actually the first time you played and put on the pads, was it just like, hey, my brother's doing it, I'm going to do it? Was it?
Yeah, I mean, I remember like me just walking. My brothers played basketball early on, so they played basketball. I remember we went to the store to go get basketball shoes, and they were signing up for football, and they were just like, oh yeah, you're a prodigy. Like, you could be, you know, I was super tall, I was super big. It was like, you could definitely be great in football. So it's kind of like, it kind of helped me get into football.
Were you always flexible? I mean, I've seen some of this, like the splits you were doing in high school and some of the stuff that came out in the media. Like, were you always a flexible kid, or did you work at that?
I had to work at, you know, my brothers kind of like started to become flexible because they started to stretch more. So like in high school, I started to stretch more. Wrestling helped me become flexible, and even now, I stretch on the daily, just kind of because I know I got to get my hips loose to be able to do what I want to do.
You know, we had Akeem Messidor here, and he talked about how he incorporated a lot of that kind of stretching, yoga, whatever it was, into his routine later in his career. He's, you know, he's older than you, and we've seen the results. The guy's killing it. Like, is that an underrated part about football and sports in general, just being flexible? I
mean, it's an underrated but a hard part. It's hard to be consistent with it. It's hard to, after you work out, all right, let me go stretch. Or late nights, let me go stretch. So it's definitely a big part for me, and I feel like a big part for all athletes, because it's your body. You know, how do your body feels is usually how you can perform. Your body feels good, you perform good. It feels a little bit bad, you're not going to perform as well.
Question here, why number 63?
Honestly, It was kind of random. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I remember in high school, like, I remember I had to get a dentist appointment, so I couldn't pick my jersey. And I mean, I probably wore like 74 in Little League or something like that. I mean, I kind of just, it kind of chose me, 63, so I went with it.
Now it's the brand.
Yes, sir, 63.
Samson, man, listen, it's been a lot of fun watching you become the player you are. I know there's even more ahead for you, but appreciate you choosing the U, sticking with the U. I know there's a lot of people in your corner cheering you on. So remember to like and subscribe to Storm Sessions, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Check us out. Thank you to OmegaXL, and thank you to this guy right here. Samson, appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.